Hey everybody, Patrick Hostis here, and give it a second here to get some other stuff set up. Hope everybody's doing okay on this election day. All right. Well, we're gonna jump into it pretty quick, but I'll tell you what, it's looking like an interesting night. I'll tell you that. All right. So, without further ado, let's just get into the down and dirty about the election results. So, yeah, you can go ahead and hide that. This is pretty interesting. Looks like the Fox News desk is predicting Democrats are going to gain control or gain House control. That's per Fox News, amazingly enough. Um, and there is some reason to back that up when you look over here. So if you look at the House breakdown as it is right now, the Republicans have lost 5 seats. So right off the bat, they're down 5 seats. You zoom in a little bit more. So if you see the blue with the stripes, that means that's an area they lost. So right here, Lamb defeated Rothfuss. That was not expected. So that's one of the seats that they lost. The Republicans lost. Dang it. This thing's touchy. All right. Wexton beat Comstock. Where's some other? What is this? So, all right, let's zoom back a little bit. So, as you can see, things are not looking good in the House if you're a Republican. So, out of they're down 5 seats at this point. If we go to the Senate race, Republicans are looking a lot better there. Gained 1 seat, so that pretty much guarantees the Republicans will retain control of the Senate. It's just a matter of by how many votes, or by how many seats. They picked up Indiana, which was a battleground state, so that was unexpected. And the governor race, or governor races. So Republicans have lost 1 seat, which was Illinois. Click on that race there. So Pritzker looks like that'll be the new governor of Illinois there. Hopefully they do something about the mass shooting going on there all the time. I'm sure that will consist of taking law-abiding citizens' guns, and that'll make it worse, but whatever. Okay, moving on. Yeah, the House, it looks like it's looking pretty clear that Republican control is going to slip from the House. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, actually, I like these maps. It's like a good guide of where to move to, where not to move. I don't know, comforting. See if I can pick up any more of these races. And this auto refreshes every few seconds, so or every 30 seconds, I believe. But it's not looking good. If you're a Republican, anyway. If you're a Democrat, it's great because they'll gain control. So you have Nancy Pelosi back there with the gavel. Won't that be fun? Jesus. What's this here? Crow. If you guys want me to check on specific um, races, let me know. I'll go ahead and I'll go to those. But rather than that, I'll just keep going, bouncing back and forth. I like to check on breaking 911 here. They get really good. Let's see what we got here. Democrat Party set to take control or take House control. That's I already said that, but okay. I'm looking down at your comments here. Hey, CW. Oh, thanks, CW. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Hey, Angela, how you doing? You want to check on California? All right, let's check on California. Um, what House or well, looks like we didn't get nothing reported on there. How about we check governor first? Nothing. They got nothing. They got nothing going on. Arizona. I went blind to my damn states all of a sudden. So we've got nothing for governor. Well, on that, let's go to House. Looks like nothing being reported for any of those states yet, but I just heard a bunch of them close polls, so there should be a rush of them. It just might take a little bit. Uh, but we'll keep checking. I'll stay here as long as I can. I'll try to be a uplifting host. It's hard to be uplifted, man. Politics sucks nowadays. It really does. That's why I kind of stayed away from politics for a little bit. But it's like the Godfather thing. It just keeps pulling me back in. I don't know. Ooh, Republicans lost 6 seats in the House. Well, isn't that bueno? Look at Texas. Wow. Wow. Look at all that blue. Let's see what happened here. Lamb. Okay, we checked on that one already. Oh, wait, is this a new one here? Phillips beat Paulson. Ugh, damn. This sucks. I don't know. Yeah, I can see it in kind of a positive way. They're both gonna, one the Senate will be in Republican hands, Congress will be in Democrats' hands. So maybe nothing will get done. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's better when nothing gets done. I don't know. I'm trying to look at the bright side. Leave me alone. Uh, let's see here. Well, not much new here for the Senate race. Governorship. Anything change there? Hmm. No, nothing unexpected. Rather than the Dems picking up Illinois. Yeah, KL says it's shocking to see that in Texas. Well, that's right on the border, and that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, it has to do with geography, guys. Yeah. Governor's race in Florida. All right, let's take a gander. All right, so DeSantis is at 50%. Gillum's at 49%. Let's see. So they've reported 99% of the expected votes. So, damn, that is close. That is really close. That might come down to a recount. I don't know. We'll see. But it looks like DeSantis should be okay. Damn, that's a close one. Yeah. All right. Well, there's that. Let's flip back over to the House. Oh, goody. They've lost 7 seats now. That's wonderful. So, Nancy Pelosi, everybody, she's going to have the gavel. I mean, Paul Ryan was a POS anyway. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. God, this sucks. Sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. I'm trying to be a good host here. I kind of wear my opinions on my sleeve. I don't lie very well. I kind of am what I am. I try to be fair and balanced, but I'm not Fox News because I'm honest. Okay, let's see here. Gosh, this is horrible. All right, let's stop looking at this. Let's look at something. Let's look at breaking 911, see what they've got going on here. Got one new breaking. Jared. Oh, hold on, my cat's jumping on me. What do you want? Jared Paulus, Democrat, wins race in Colorado, becoming the first openly gay man to become a United States governor. Ookie day. So there's that. All right. So we're still sitting where we just were. Republicans lost 7 seats. Yeah, Mondo is talking about how crappy it is to see Pelosi. I know. I know. I already went through this bullshit before, you know, watching this before the Obamacare sank Pelosi and lost the House for, or lost, the Congress for a number of years. But, you got to consider the Republicans did this to themselves with their wishy washy BS. I mean, that's what happens when you don't stand up for, stand with a unified front. They didn't stand, a lot of them didn't stand with the president, or they remain silent. Politics is a winner takes all game. It's bare knuckle boxing. There is no mercy. Some people get that, but people like Flake don't. So, oh, goody. We've lost 8 seats now. Okay, 8 seats down. Oh, God. If anybody wants to see anything else that's not going to depress the hell out of me, please let me know. Like if you want to check on like the Senate or states in the Senate or governor race, anything, because that House thing's just starting to really depress me. What the hell, man? It really, why? Why? Jesus. People love losing freedom, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'm no Republican, but I mean, who's more likely to chip away at your freedoms? You have to look at it that way. And KL says a great divide effort at play, and it has worked rather well for them so far. Yep. All right, auto refresh. Nothing new here. Governor. All right, so Florida sitting the same we were with DeSantis barely ahead, but it might come down to a recount. I don't know. Every state has different rules with that crap. Georgia, Kemp is stomping. How much? 57, and it's still some time. But looking good for Kemp anyway. No election. None of these have elections. I wish this one had election right now. I don't think any of these are. Yeah, none of the polls are closed there. So let's check. Yeah, these states are still going, I believe. Yeah, they shut down on 11 p.m. Eastern. So 10. So some of these these ones should be reporting soon. I don't think I'll be staying up for Alaska. Sorry. CW says crazy Pelosi might be a good thing from an optics perspective. The verbal diarrhea will be off the charts. Yeah, I know. It's just, I don't want to listen to that shit anymore. It's just so sick of hearing it. This divisive garbage. Can I be totally honest with you? What I hate is constantly bringing race into everything. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm married to an Asian woman. I have biracial children. I never look at race with them. I never have. To me, they're human beings or whatever. And I've never really looked at race. Maybe it's the way I was raised or whatever. I never looked at race as a deciding factor of anybody. But nowadays, with progressive politics, it's basically like your worth as a human being is based upon your race, and that's disgusting because that was done at another time, in slavery times, and it wasn't right then, and it sure as hell isn't right now. I just don't know what's wrong with what Martin Luther King said by people being judged by the content of their characters rather than the color of their skin. I think that's exactly right, but Democrats, that's all you hear about day in and day out is race. And it's just a dividing tactic. It just divides people. And it's effective. Um, I mean, Jesus, Hitler used that to turn a entire nation insane, and the nation that gave us Bach and all that gave us Auschwitz, and that was based off of racism. That's how powerful that garbage can be. Isn't that sad? All right. So, well, looky here. Abbott takes Texas. 76 expected vote. Yeah, pretty much call that one. Who's, man, Colorado? Really? I thought that was, what do you guys look like in the house? I actually thought about moving there at one time. I don't know. Maybe not. All right, let me look at some of your comments here. Mondo says Pelosi reminds of an old woman who ate lead paint chips. Yeah. And Mondo says Martin Luther King would be a Republican today. It'd have to be. He wouldn't stand for the violence and Antifa and that kind of garbage. None of the great civil rights leaders were. One of my favorite presidents is John F. Kennedy. He would not be allowed in the Democrat Party. At the time, at this time, there's no way in hell. And Democrats weren't always insane. We had a lot of semi decent, competent Democrats, before they went and lost their damn minds. Now we just get insanity. Um, and you can blame a lot of different things for it, but I mean, in my experience, the Clintons is where the presidency started to take a real nasty shift. Granted, I mean, I grew up around the Reagan Bush, presidencies and all that, but I became a man under, joined the military under Clinton's regime, so I saw that pretty well, pretty up close and personal. And yeah, I mean, I think, look at the assault weapons ban and the other garbage they did. I mean, that was blatantly unconstitutional and things like that. And I think they greatly expanded presidential powers. But then you get to George W. Bush and 9/11 and the Patriot Act and all that. Oh my God. Now the presidency has become an emperor. And if you read the Federalist Papers or what the founders actually intended for this country, if you just read their correspondence, that's not what was intended. They did not want a imperial president. That wasn't the purpose of how this government was constructed. But I was told in college that if you want to study American history, you have to study two types. You have to study it before the Civil War, and then you have to study it after the Civil War, because pretty much the Civil War ruined the founders' vision. After that, it's all been, jacked up, so to speak. But that was that one professor's opinion. I'm not, staking my reputation on it, but that's what he said. All right. Kale says, I used to be a Dem, and it makes me angry that today I'm ashamed to admit it. Well, people shouldn't be ashamed of going where their where their beliefs are. But like I said, Democrats weren't always this freaking insane. I mean, they used to be pretty moderate. I mean, the Lieberman types, where they were at least sane, but that time is gone with the dinosaurs. It's gone. It's just how can we predict? You can't predict that when a party is going to go crazy. Lost 10 seats now. 10 seats in the House the Republicans have lost. Oh, we got a bunch of notifications here. All right, let's go through them one by one. All right. Breaking: Jared Polis, Democrat, wins Colorado becoming. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Yeah. California is just over an hour until polls close. Yeah, whatever. Republicans projected to win U.S. Senate with 53 seats by some media. Republicans have current lead per Reuters, AP, and Washington Post projections. John Barrasso Republican wins re-election in Wyoming Senate race. Mike Sherrill, Democrat, defeats Jay Weber, Republican, turning New Jersey's 11th congressional district blue in key race. Way to go, guys. Enjoy your taxes and crime. All right. Former Mitt Romney wins Utah. Well, no shit. That was freaking obvious. Sharice Davids, Democrat, set to win Kansas 3rd congressional district. Laura Kelly, Democrat, wins the Kansas governor race, defeating President Trump's ally, Chris Kobach, NBC. Kobach. I can never say that name right. I have a traumatic brain injury from a bomb. Give me a break. And that was an NBC projection. We'll have to check that out. So Kansas. All right. Defeats. And Kevin Kramer defeats one-term Senator Heidi Heitkamp. Oh, a crucial Senate pickup for the GOP. That's big. That's a big one. That's bueno. All right. Where's the governor? All right. Let's see. So they've got 73% count of the votes counted. Yeah, it looks like Kelly's going to take it. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I ain't moving to Colorado or Kansas. Kansas was never on the list anyway, but kind of sad about Colorado. I was looking forward to maybe retiring there. Sucks. Ugh, gross. All right. Senate looks like about the same. By the way, if you're asking what that is, in Vermont they like socialism, so that is Bernie Sanders, who pretends like he's independent. Ooh, looky here. Is that the one? What's this? Oh, I guess that means it's about to turn. So they're about to call this one. I just got two different precincts here. One's got a Republican ahead, but that's only 32. They still haven't counted much of the vote yet, though. So I really wouldn't bank on that one. If there's any states you guys want me to check or races, please let me know. I'll even go back to the painful House one if you want me to. Or we can look at state races if you had any initiatives or anything that you guys wanted to check on. Only ones I'm interested in are in Washington State, and nothing's been counted yet. So I'm willing to look at any state y'all want to look at. Where am I at again? I'm in the Senate. So Cruz is at 51%. They're at 78% of the vote. O'Rourke is at 49. Yeah. It's not as comfortable as I'd like it, but it looks like it'll be enough. Looks like Cruz will pull it off. Just depressing with that, though. All right, we got anything new here? So, yeah, they called the Fox News called the House going to the Democrats like instantly. Kind of makes me wonder. I don't really like Fox News. I don't like any of the mainstream media, to be honest with you. I can't stand any of them. Like there's people on there I like I like Tucker and stuff, but I really don't like any of them. Nevada should be interesting. Yeah. Sure we don't got anything yet, do we? No. Not on that. I guess let's look at the painful one. Lost 12 seats now. All right, Republicans. I can't get over it. Just, ugh. Man, oh man, oh man. Just look at this. Ocean of red deer. In Florida, I don't know, man. Florida is a weird place. Well, I don't know. It's kind of like Washington in a way. The only state like I really know the politics really well is my own, which is up here, where basically the eastern half is conservative and western half is pretty liberal. But Florida's like, I'm guessing these are where the big cities are. What's going on down here? 97% reported. Looks like that one's going to be blue. Interesting. And CW says, still not a blue wave, even if we lose the House. A second round of tax cuts might cause a few Dems to cross the aisle. It's possible. It's possible. Yep. I mean, I don't know. It's not like a Republican House was much of a use to Trump anyway, to be honest with you. It didn't seem to help very much. I don't know. Like I said, sometimes gridlock's not a bad thing. Anytime the government cannot pass new laws that take more of your rights or your money, I mean, I don't necessarily look at that like a bad thing. That's when the blue side can sit there and dictate whatever they want. That's when you get a lot of the crime and you get a lot of the taxes and you get a lot of your small businesses going out of business and you get the middle class being gutted. And it just makes me wonder why the hell people vote blue, why they vote Democrat. I don't know. I mean, vote independent. I mean, there has to be independence. I mean, come on. They don't have a snowball's chance in hell in winning, but I mean, God, come on. I just don't understand it. I don't know. I guess we all see the world through our own eyes, so it is what it is. Yeah, sit in the same place. Republicans have lost 11 seats. Got something new here. Update. Sharice Davids, Democrat, will be the first lesbian Native American woman in Congress. NBC projection. Is it necessary to tell me their sexual orientation? I mean, I really don't care, but thanks, I guess. Anywho, I mean, seriously, I mean, I don't care who they love or what. I don't know. It just seems dumb. I mean, aren't we over that? Aren't we over like announcing what somebody's sexual preference is? I mean, apparently not, but annoying. Sorry, this whole house thing is irritating me. What's this here? It's a little ray of hope. Reichenthal beat Borio here, maybe. Yeah, I'd say so. That's good. So that's why it was lost 12 seats. Now we're at 11 because we picked up one battleground. So there you go. See, now they're only losing by 11. Wait till they get over here. Oof. Woo wee. They're over here. Woo wee. King County. Gonna be I wouldn't say a blue wave, but there will be blue. Blue skid mark? I don't know. Something. Yeah, I know. KL says I'm really tired of orientation being breaking news. I know. It's stupid. I just don't understand why the hell does that have to be included? I don't give a damn. Can you do the job or not? I don't really give a damn what you do in your private time. Update. Democrats are projected at 94 wins and Republicans at 69 wins so far in the U.S. House. Ay, ay, ay. And there we go. So they picked up one. They were losing 12 by 12. Now they picked up one, so 11. But the projection seems to be a stomping but you know how much I trust the mainstream media. A useful guide if you want to buy real estate. Incidentally, if you use like these maps, it'll really show you where the property values are going to go through the floorboards. Just FYI, little insider trading tip. Not really, but you know, I like using that phrase. Ugh. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is, oh, we already saw that one. Oh, looky here. A little bit of blue here with 0% counted. Interesting. Well, we're starting to get stuff in the Arizona here, and I'm sure Utah and all that. Yep. All right. So if any of you guys wanted to see these races over here, let me know. I can check them out for you. Just let me know in the live chat. District 2, so just 35%. Still a little early to call anything on that. Hmm, 0%. So that means nothing. Looks like Tipton has got a pretty comfortable lead. That's in Colorado's District 3. Hey, Plane, how you doing? Thanks, bud. Oh, let's see. What do we got? I know Mitt's gonna take the. Yeah, great. 20%. That's not enough to say anything. Pretty big lead, but it depends on what counties are counting from first. Yeah, so some of these got some pretty good counts, other ones not so much. 33%, and they're already saying Luan is going to win New Mexico District 3. Texas District 23 has 23% of the votes counted, and looks like Ortiz Jones is ahead, but that's by a very, very slim margin, so that doesn't mean much. Let's look at overall. Oh, back to losing 12 seats. So they lost one somewhere. We got 2 more breaking here. Maybe we'll get to learn somebody else's sexual orientation. Won't that be thrilling? Republican Ted Cruz will win Texas U.S. Senate race, defeating Democrat Beto O'Rourke. Senator Martin Heinrich wins re-election in New Mexico Senate race, CBS projection. All righty. Hey, how about Senate? Oh, gained 2 seats. Where's the other one? Where's the other pickup at? Right here. North Dakota. Kramer. So we knew about that, but that was Kramer stomping Heitkamp. That's nice. Apparently, according to what they already declared Kramer pretty much the winner. I'll take it. I will take it. Take anything I can get at this point. All right. So Democrats are down 2 in the Senate. Republicans up 2. And you go to the House, and Republicans are down 12. Democrats are up 12. So just keep thinking about Pelosi and that gavel, or don't. Maybe it's better you don't. But just, I want you all to know that's coming. Again. So you're probably going to see a lot less political videos from me. Maybe I was thinking about doing a lot more like breakdowns of like body cam video. I don't know. I like doing that. Like analyzing body cam footage and finding out what actually happened. I think I'll do more of that. It'll keep me sane because I can't stand reporting on this hag for another X amount of years. Ugh. I had to put up with no more. No more. That just goes to show you how, in my opinion, the Democrat Party has nothing new. All they got is that retread to roll out for us. Nancy Pelosi? Really? That's it? Nothing else. Okay. That's wonderful. 7%. It's nothing. It's Montana. That's way too early. So, yeah, 12 seats down in the House. Governor race. Republicans have lost one seat, which was in Illinois. Everything else is going as expected. Nothing changed since the last time we checked. Oh, thanks, Plane. Plane likes my narration and breakdown. I try to keep it entertaining as best I can. It's hard when I look at that horrific house map, but I try. And Plane says 10:05 did a great video on Vegas today. I gotta do another live stream on the Vegas channel, which I'm so backed up on uh the new body cam footage that had come out. So I haven't I don't know. I gotta look. I really need to. Just been so busy lately. When you work a full-time job on top of everything else, it really cuts into your YouTube time. If only YouTube would pay me, but I'm just not blue enough. All right. So, yep. Not muy bueno. Everything's sitting here about the same. Yeah, CW is suggesting BitChute. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to do something like that. Look at this. So, anything new and breaking here? Nothing new out of them. You know, if you look at this poll they have here that they pinned to their top, and it says, which way did you vote? And 81% is the GOP, 19% is the Democrat. Yet they took the, oh my God. I mean, honestly, I was listening to Michael Savage today. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with him, but he's a conservative talk show host out of San Francisco, and he's been around for a long time, Savage Nation. And, I usually agree with him sometimes. He actually read a tweet of mine on his show one time. I actually recorded it. It's like the biggest shout out I ever got. But anyway, he was saying that America is going to go to socialism no matter what because of the demographic shift. I mean, I don't know. I don't see any reason for him to be wrong. I mean, the illegal immigration's gone up under Trump, not down. So, and I'm not blaming Trump for that. It's just I'm blaming the Democrats that I know are uh, encouraging this crap, and I know Soros and the other organizations are funding it and things like that. So, maybe he's right, and if that's the case, I'm not going to live in a socialist. I'll go find a cabin out in the middle of nowhere once I retire and live out in the middle of the woods. I'm not going to live under the yoke of socialism. I've seen, I've been to Eastern Europe, and I've seen East Germany and stuff like that, and no thank you. And I've seen countries, that have been in dictatorships, and you look at Iraq, aside from the warfare, our war, but just things I saw over there from Saddam's regime. I mean, what it's like for people. There's just mass killing fields all over the place, and it had nothing to do. That's the stuff that Saddam had done to his own people, and that's where socialism always leads. It always leads to somebody with their hands tied behind their back with a bullet in the back of their head. It does. And I challenge you to find one time in history where it didn't. It always leads to bloodshed. Always, 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 always. And it's always the state is the aggressor every single time. And It destroys societies. Socialism is completely alien to human nature because human beings don't want to settle for less. They don't want to settle for marginal. I mean, some do, but most don't. We want to be the best we can be at whatever we want to be, the best at, whatever that is. If I want to be a professor, I want to be this, I want to be a professional football player, whatever. Socialism takes away all of that, it destroys it. And the only people, and I firmly believe this, the only people who suggest socialism as a viable option are people who, A, are so ignorant of history. They are so incredibly ignorant about socialism and what it actually means. And they've never read the Communist Manifesto or Das Kapital, Marx and Engels. They've never read that stuff. They'd have no clue what they're talking about. Or they have some kind of mental condition. Seriously, it's something like that. I don't know how you could embrace such an ugly, disgusting ideology as socialism, especially when it's led to nothing but millions of mass graves worldwide. But as you can see, a lot of people would disagree with me. It's just, ugh. All right. So, anyway, back to what's going on here. Okay, they're still losing 12 seats. Hmm. Yep, guess I'll scratch New Mexico off my list of possible move to places. Ugh, that just sucks. Yeah, Mondo says a lot of I'm talking about socialists. A lot of them are just freeloaders who are willing to listen to other freeloaders on a large scale. You know, I, I take offense to the fact that I have to work my ass off. I'm severely disabled. I have a disability rating through the military. I probably don't have to work right. I couldn't do that because if I did that, my family would, we'd live paycheck to paycheck and it would be a bad life. Plus, I would just feel absolutely useless. So I do find it a little irritating when I look at my paycheck and I see what goes out. And I know a lot of folks that could work aren't working, but yet I'm bankrolling them. And it's a little irritating. Or I'm paying for some other government program that I am in no way in favor of. I find it a little annoying where my tax dollars go most of the time. Mondo says you should come to Arizona. Payson is beautiful in the winter, and so is Flagstaff in most of Arizona. I actually was there at one point when I was a kid. Phoenix area. I've thought about Arizona. Actually, I have. It's come up. Me and my wife were talking about possible retirement places. I liked it out there when I was there. I thought it was like the hottest place on earth, but then I hadn't gone to Saudi Arabia yet. Saudi Arabia. Oh my God. There was nothing hot like that place. CW says taxation is theft. Yep, it is. People have fought wars over it, like us, for example. What's really sad is like how many people are ignorant about their own history, like their own country's history. I mean, it's just painfully sad, because I have kids that are, they have their friends over and stuff, high school age kids and stuff, and sometimes I'll make small talk with them, and a lot of the friends are pretty smart and stuff like that. But sometimes I'll talk to people, and I'm just like, gosh, this kid doesn't know anything about anything, and it just worries me because I don't know. Even I had, and I wasn't any kind of scholar. I was actually a horrible, horrible high school student. I barely graduated. I graduated. Shouldn't tell anybody this. I graduated with like a 1.9. I barely graduated, but I graduated. But it wasn't because I was dumb. I just didn't care. I just thought it was boring. But I still understood, you know, conservatism and things like that. Back then, I was like diehard Rush Limbaugh Republican, straight down the line, and I prayed to the altar of republicanism up until the Iraq War when I was there in 06, 07. And after I saw that, and I could hear them saying one thing, but I completely saw something different. I was like, "Oh, I'm out. I'm done." I was so pissed. I totally tore up my membership card. I was done with them. I used to like do like campaigning things for Republicans and stuff. I did a lot of work for them. So then I switched over to I wasn't politically active for years. I didn't vote in 2009 election because I hated McCain and I didn't like Obama. I didn't like either of them, so I didn't vote. And I was extremely bitter at that time. Um, and then, around 2012 or so, I think I started getting more into it. And then that's when I decided I'm more of a libertarian than anything else. So I tried to make a go at the Libertarian Party, but it just wasn't a good fit for me because I I don't know. It wasn't a good fit. It just was like a lot of talk and a lot of nothing and a lot of no action. And then and by what I mean by that, it's like, oh, I'll come out and help this guy, and we'll come out and nobody would show up. Or hey, we need to have a meeting about this so we can do that. Nobody would show up. It was like nobody was dedicated to it. So it basically kind of wasted away. And then once the Libertarian Party put Gary Condit of all people in, that complete, I mean, ignorant human being. I mean, what is Aleppo? I was done. I was flat out done. So I stopped. I refused to be part of the Libertarian Party. They asked, I forget what are those guys who pick the guy who's nominated for your party. I forget what they're called, but they asked me to be one of them, and I said, hell no. Sorry, I can't. I worked a full shift today, so bear with me. I can't think of it. The name of the people that pick whoever's nominated for your party, whatever. They wanted me to be that. And I said, hell no. I'm completely an independent. I lean towards I'm a libertarian for my belief system, but I lean more conservative, obviously. But it doesn't mean I'm in any way a fan of the Republican Party. I'm not one of my favorite ones. Oh, looky here, 13 seats lost now. It's just the lesser of the two evils is the Republican Party. And I don't really consider Trump much of a Republican. And the way that the Republicans interact with him, that shows that opinion's correct. So they're down 13 seats, and Republicans down 13 seats in the House, and the Democrats are up 13 seats. Isn't that smashing? All right. Nothing's changed here, it looks like. So 55% of the votes have been counted in Arizona. Looks like McSally's ahead by 1%. That's pretty close. We'll see. See how that goes. Ugh, gross. Nothing for there yet. Montana, 18%. That's nothing. It's not worth saying anything. Yeah. Okay. Governorship down 2 seats. So they lost Kansas and they lost Illinois. So Kelly beat Kobach by a pretty big margin. Well, 88%. Yeah, that's a pretty big margin. Damn. Okay. Well, there you go, Kansas. You might want to start looking at California. You better gear up. All your savings accounts are probably going to be a little bit more empty here shortly. And I'm from a blue state, so I know what I'm talking about. All right, so 51% of the votes are counted in New Mexico. Looks like Grissom is ahead by a pretty decent margin, but still a little too close at this point with only 51% counted. Oy. All right. Hey, Ken. Oh, sorry. I've been looking at all this. And Dim's thinking, 10 said Dims will take the House as expected, but GOP's kicking butt in Senate and Florida races. Plain and simple truth says Fox News shows Senate race 50R to 40. 50 to 40. Let's see. Let's see what Breaking's got right now. Republicans projected to maintain control of the Senate. Didn't they say that already? I thought that was already a thing. Okay, I guess not. All right. So back to the Senate race. Says not much there. Nothing counted there. All right. Missouri, 60% of the votes counted. Holly's ahead by a very comfortable margin. So that's looking good thus far, but we'll see. Still a bit more, 40% more to be counted. So a little too early to say. Okay. Lost 13 seats. Well, some of Arizona's sane. That's cool. Texas, though. Oof. So 67% and Ortiz Jones is still ahead, but that's very, very close. That's by less than 100, less than 100, about 100. That's really close. That's a close one there. It'll probably be a lot firmer up as the percentage goes up, but man, that's a nail biter right there. Texas District 23. And CW says, go Holly. Let's see about the polls closing. So those will close at 11, so at 8. That's where I live, so we'll see what happens there. I don't think I can watch this crap all night, though, to be honest with you. It'll stress me out too much. You can only take so much politics, man. Breaking. Ilham Omar wins Minnesota's 5th congressional district, becoming second Muslim woman elected to House. So it's not only sexual orientation, it's religion that's put into the breaking news. How bueno. Alrighty. Things are setting the same here with the Senate. Yeah, not much has changed. Florida. So the 99%. So I think this is clear enough to declare Scott the winner, in my opinion. But I don't know what the rules are in Florida when they could do recounts and all that. I'm not sure how close it has to be. Oh, plain and simple truth says that lady, who was it again? This person, Ilhan Omar, married her brother. Oh, that's certainly diverse. What is this? No, this is not a politically related breaking 911 thing. Okay. Well, I think that in my political opinion, I think it's clear enough to call it for Scott, but like I said, I don't know what the rules in Florida are. Mondo says, my family and I fled California. First, the gun laws and teaching my children that there were more than two genders. Nope, I'm sorry, we were gone. Damn right. I hear you. I mean, in Washington, it's not quite that bad, but it may get that way. I mean, that's why I'm already planning on moving somewhere else. Maybe I'll go back to Alaska. I don't know. Somewhere where I don't see people. Like, I live pretty far out in the middle of nowhere right now, but, you know, if I look through the forest hard enough, I can still see like a house. I don't want that. I want to just have, that's not too much to ask for out of life, I don't think. Maybe it's 50 acres or so. That's all. I don't think that's too much. All right, so let's check here. House lost 14 seats now. Republicans have lost 14 seats. Democrats have gained 14 seats. That's just super awesome. Well, Williams is ahead in Texas District 25. Texas is really going to be a messed up, because this looks like it's this big chunk here. Nah, it's still really close. I don't know. That's too damn close to call. We'll see. Wow, that's a real nail biter there in Texas. Big time. Mm-mm. Interesting. And as always, guys, if you want me to check on a specific race, just put it to the live stream. Rather than that, I'm just going to flip through and blab on like I usually do. Mm-hmm. Nothing. 57% of the votes in saying and Grissom's ahead over Pierce. All right, so for Florida, 99% of the votes DeSantis, 50%. Yeah, I'd say he won, but like I said, I mean, with these close ones, like every state has their own way of doing it, so I don't know. I don't know which way, if they're going to demand a recount. I mean, probably. And then you get to go through all that fun. So for Ohio, they've got 90% counted, and it looks like DeWine's going to win. So that'll be a red one. And Michigan, 60% of the votes are counted, and they're showing Whitmer as leading Schulet. I don't know, say that name, but leading the Republican by pretty good margin. Wisconsin, 63% of the vote, and they're dead even. So can't really predict much on that. Minnesota, 52% of the vote counted, and Democrat is massively ahead. Waltz. Iowa, Hubble, how much? 39%. Hubble's ahead right now, or right this second, but that's a little too early to say at this point. With South Dakota, 56% have been counted, and Gnome's beating Sutton by a couple percentages there. Mm-hmm. All right. Back to the painful one. About the same. Utah got 25% counted in Utah District 2. Gorbani's ahead currently, but that's a little too early to call anything. Nothing in for District 3. 11% in Utah District 1, and Bishop's out to an early lead, which is the Republican. Hey. Montana District 1 has got 23% counted, and lead for Williams. But again, that's a little too early to call. But good eight percentage point, 8% lead for Williams right now. Let's see. Oh, maybe we get to learn somebody else's gender or religion or some other useful tidbit. What? Update. Dual indigenous women, dual Muslim women will what does that mean? Indigenous women, dual Muslim women will take seats at Congress in record-breaking midterm. What the hell does that even mean? Ugh, makes no sense. Whatever. I don't know. Come on, breaking. What's up? Just tell me who won. I don't. Ugh. That's so bizarre, isn't it? Maybe it's just weird to me. I don't know. All right. Senate. All right. Looks like about the same there. Now with Montana, testers ahead. 20% of the vote counted. It's a fairly sizable lead, but still it's too low. Percentage is too low to make anything out of that. So 61% in Missouri, and Holly's ahead 57% over McCaskills. I never say that name right. 40%. So McCaskills got 40%. Holly's got 57%. So that's looking good there. So that might be another pickup in the Senate. More than likely, it will be, in my opinion. Mondo says it looks like Democrat Party focused on all the election fraud on House representatives. They have something up their dirty little sleeves. Well, I mean, it's easier to do voter fraud at that level. Honestly, it just is. A lot more hands are in the process, if you know what I mean. And it's, whenever something is done on a low level. Did you guys see that Project Veritas video today where I believe it was in Texas, and they have this I encourage you all to go on his on Veritas's YouTube site and look at it. But basically, this lady's like, "Oh, my husband or boyfriend or whatever is a DACA recipient, but can he or is a DACA person, so he's not a citizen, but he's registered, so can he vote?" And the lady's like, "Yeah, he's registered." And the lady's like, "Even though he's not a citizen?" She's like, "Yeah, as long as he's registered, that's all we care about. Bring him in here." That's voter fraud. You know, so I'm sure it went on. I'm positive it went on. What's going on here in Maine? 12% with King, who is, I don't know anything about that, but King's in the early lead, but you only got 12% of the vote, so a little early to say. So still another 10 minutes or so until these states close up, including the one I'm in. I don't really expect much out of Washington. I'm just curious about one of their gun control measures, if it's going to get shot down or not. That's really the only thing I care about. Plain and simple truth said, I wonder how many dead people voted during this election. Oh, several. I should probably see if my grandfather voted. That would piss me off if I found out that they were using like my dead relatives. Oh, I'd be so pissed. That's lawsuit stuff there. So nothing really. It's going to auto refresh here. And no change. Okay. Go back to House. So Republicans are down 14 seats. Pelosi with the gavel. Pelosi with the gavel. Yeah, I really need a drink. This sucks. Damn. I don't know. Like I said, I do see value in gridlock. I mean, when you're dealing with a insane government, it's kind of best if it's at itself's throat. If it's kind of the left and the right hand are busy thumb fighting each other, they can't free up their hands to strangle you. You know what I mean? So maybe it's better. They just sit there and thumb wrestle, trying to look at the positive side. I mean, it just really makes me wonder. I mean, what attracts, and I don't mean this, I'm not trying to be a smartass or anything, but what attracts people to the Democrat Party? I really, I mean, what is it about it? I mean, is it, honestly, I'll tell you what I see, and I'm just saying it non biased. I see, a party that doesn't take responsibility for anything, who judges people's value based on their skin color and their country of origin. I just don't see anything good. They think the government belongs in every facet of your life. They think that you should not have the right to protect yourself. It's the party of dismantling your constitutional right to keep and bear arms. They're for taking away the First Amendment and calling it hate speech if they disagree with it. So really, what is it? I mean, what would attract people to it? I don't know. I'll tell you what I suspect. I suspect it's just simple hatred of the other side. I mean, I hate this person, so I'm going to vote for this. Or it's just a bunch of uneducated voters, or like has been suggested, a bunch of dead people voting, or some kind of fraud. But it's not to say that there isn't a lot of Democrats, legitimate Democrats voting. Sure they are. I'm sure they are. And Plain says, Pelosi the skeleton scares the shit out of me. Yep. Well, we're going to be seeing a lot more of that. Well, let's see what Breaking's got. Maybe another freaking annoying. Just in, Kim Davis, the Kentucky clerk who was jailed after refusing to issue same-sex marriage license, is voted out of office. Okay. Well, that wasn't really an election I was following, but thanks. Oh, goody. Republicans have lost 15 seats in the House now. All right. Batting 1,000, GOP. Yeah, Mondo. Yeah, so you saw that video, Mondo, I'm talking about, right? The one where the lady was like talking about the voter. Oh, yeah, as long as he's registered. Yeah. Well, if you're not a citizen, guess what? Ugh, it's horrible. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. You know what's bad is like, I mean, like my wife came to, like, when my wife's not American, so she came to the country with me over 20 years ago. And I asked her tonight, I'm like, do you think America's changed since you've been here? And she said, oh yeah, it's gotten a lot worse. She's like, because when she got here, she saw a lot more unity in the country, but now it's just basically everybody's at each other's throat. And she's like, it makes me worried that America is just going to out into a civil war or something. And this is coming from somebody who, yeah, it comes from another country, kind of looking on the outside. So that's really, you know, interesting that they'd have that kind of opinion, but it is. I mean, I see the same thing. I think things have changed a lot since I was a kid, or in this country. All right, now they've lost 16 seats. All right, way to go, GOP. They have lost 16 seats in the House thus far. So there you go. Jesus. I mean, at this point, ugh. Well, it is what it is. Let's look at something less depressing, shall we? How about the Senate race? All right, they've gained 2 seats. Please, somebody tell me another race to look at or something. Plain and simple truth says Dems typically have hearts that bleed for weak, the ones that feel sorry for and the ones they can control. They really don't love the entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah, it's true. I always tell people, because I'm a massive, most of you follow my channel for a while, you know that I'm big into the Second Amendment, and I always ask people, why do you hate guns so much? What's wrong with guns? And they're like, oh, they're dangerous. And I'm like, okay, they're dangerous in the wrong person's hands, right? And like, so do you plan on giving this gun to criminals? Are you a criminal? I try to break apart their argument. But the one argument that usually works pretty well is I say, well, where do you live at? And I know a lot about law enforcement, especially in this area and stuff like that. So I know the approximate response times and stuff because of other projects I've worked on and stuff. And so they'll say where they live, and I'll be like, okay, well, that area you live at on average has maybe let's say a 15-minute response time for a 911 call. So does a cop sleep in your house to keep you safe if somebody breaks in or something horrible happens? No, they typically not unless you're married to one or one's your child or something. No, you don't. So what are you going to do? Pray to God for 15 minutes that person doesn't kill you? It's usually the argument I'd say, I mean, wouldn't you rather be your own 911 where you can defend yourself, but some people don't. I've had somebody tell me right in my face, no, I would rather die than touch a gun. I'm like, okay. It was back when I was doing my libertarian outreach, and I got in a discussion with somebody, and they were like, "Nope, I'd rather die." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough." All right, so about another 3 minutes, and then these states will close. I don't know how much longer I'll stay on. It's kind of looking like everything's pretty well set. See, governor race. Republicans down 2. Arizona went red. Gordon won in Wyoming. Nothing for Nevada. Whoops, I meant it. This no, Idaho, nothing. So they still are holding off on saying anything about Florida, though DeSantis is in the lead. Oh, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta let my cat in. 1 moment. Well, it's one of those things when you're a real person and not a fake suit on Fox News. You have real life stuff going on. And it rains a lot in Washington, and my cat was pissed and scratching at the door. All right. So governorships, Republicans are down 2. And the House, they're down 16 seats. And the Senate, they're up 2 seats. And that's probably they'll probably increase that margin a little bit. So I think it's pretty safe to say the Senate's going to remain Republican. They'll probably gain strength there. But they're going to get, I believe Bush's term was a thumping in the House. And they will definitely, I feel safe in saying, lose control of the House. And that means Pelosi and the gavel. And why anybody would vote for that is alien to me. But, hey, this is a free country after all. Plain says most Dems don't like the police, but they are the first ones to call when they're in trouble. Again, the entrepreneurs of America do believe in guns that take care of their own. Yeah. I mean, I don't believe I'm relying on others if I don't have to. I mean, like it's okay, rely on your family and things like that, but I sure as hell don't want to rely on strangers or the government to save me. That's actually a scary thought. So in Arizona District 1, with 48% of the vote counted, O'Halloran is ahead of the Republican, a couple percentage points. Look at Ohio. It's right there. A little bitty slither. Okay, Indiana. It's just like these little islands. But Texas, whew, that one's kind of surprising to me. Okay, all right. This is looking better here. Texas District 23. Hurd just took the lead. Good. That was getting me nervous. All right, we're at 72% of the precincts have reported, and Herd's ahead by about 3%. So that's good. That one was getting me scared. So that's good. Is there any? I haven't been very impressed with breaking tonight, I have to say. Breaking 911 tonight. Andrew Gilliam, Democrat, concedes Florida's governor race. Oh, there you go. It's over. So Florida's governorship will remain red, or will be red, actually. Yep. Bingo. There we go. And Plain says, also, if you think about Hollywood, everything is about entertainment, feeling good, laying around watching TV. It's a popularity contest. They want everyone to like them. Who watches TV the most? Lazy people, the sheep, the followers. One thing, and I don't know, that maybe it was just me, but like, well, one thing like I noticed like in high school, like when we're graduating, like there was always guys, like I was the one of them that we were joining the military, right? Unlike, some of my friends were going in the Marines, some were going in the Army or whatever. And we were all like amped up and yeah, we're going to do this and that kind of, and, looking back on it, of course, it was just foolish, but it's the way that's why you send young people to war. They don't know any better. But we were enthusiastic about going in the military, and looking at the high school through my kids and some of the interactions with their friends and things like that, I don't see that kind of at all. Like anytime I'm like, oh, are you guys going in the military? No, hell no, no, no. It's just like, you know makes me wonder. It's like, wow. I mean, there were all kinds of people when I was graduating that were willing to join the military, but it's like none now. I mean, of course, I'm only seeing, the high school my kids go to, so I don't know what it's like everywhere else. I'm just telling you my own little experience. But it makes me worried because what's going to happen if we get into a major war? People like me are too old and crippled to do much good. So you need the young ones out there, and if they've got absolutely no patriotism to fight for this country or anything, we're done. Or we better pray we have a drone army, because that's the only thing we're going to have. It takes a lot to risk it all for your country. It takes a lot of belief, I guess is one way to put it. And I just kind of don't see that. Okay, nothing changed there other than the Florida thing, but we kind of knew that was going to go that way. I was looking that way. Okay, lost 17 seats. Every time I look at this damn thing, it gets worse. Okay. Kirkpatrick beat Peterson in Arizona District 2. Isn't that just wonderful? Oh, Christ. That's not good. Okay. Well, so there you are. Yeah, and it is a good point that Plain has. Like, he gets tired. Plain says, I like TV as much as the next guy, but to hear all the late night bullshit talk who attacks POTUS guns, etc., irritates the shit out of me. And the thing is, people that don't have the life experience to know that those talking heads on TV are full of shit, they believe that garbage, and that's the problem. They believe the crap that comes out of those, Corbett or whatever, all those late night scum. I don't even watch the idiots. I usually just see what they say off Twitter or whatever. I don't watch those scumbags. Just in, Senator Dianne Feinstein wins re-election in California. Jesus, really, California? Really? You guys like bankruptcy that much? God, really irritates me when people won't help themselves. But whatever. Here, Mondo's got a really good point here. Who votes for Republican senators but then goes all blue for the House? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, nor me. That's a very good point, Mondo. It really is. Plain says indoctrination at its best. Oh my god. Come on. How can they're not even reporting anything yet? How the hell did she wait wait a minute. Oh, they already called this crap. Oh, was 0% counted? 0% counted, but they just know she won. Okay. That sounds like California. Okay. Jesus Christ. How fucking stupid is that? So 0% votes reported, but they know she won. Okay. Okay. This one, I really hope Hutchison pulls it off. She's really cool, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it'll happen. And the reason it won't happen is this part of the state right there, King County, which is where Seattle is, basically cancels out the rest of our votes. Nothing in for Nevada. Jeez. Governor. Oh, Newsom. With 3% of the vote, they know Newsom. What? What the fuck? He's losing. Cox is ahead by 55%. Can somebody explain this to me? How is Cox losing when Cox is ahead? And check marked. It's already blue. With 3% of the expected votes counted and Cox in the lead. I'll wait. Somebody give me an explanation for that one. Oh my gosh. Don't you have to count votes before you can cheat? I mean, even Stalin, I mean, you had to like turn the votes in. And it was also useful for Stalin to know who to execute, because whoever said not him. I mean, of course the vote would be counted towards him, but the other guy's gonna yeah. All right. So 3% of the vote, and there we go. I guess we're just California's blue because it is. Okay. That's great. 66% of the vote counted in Oregon with Brown ahead by a wide margin. That'll probably go blue, which has been blue, so no difference there. Plain says, I'm in California. I live outside the Bay Area. We have gun control too. We don't call 911, and gun control means use both hands, steady or aim. Yeah, they have like all those like magazine limits and all that bullshit, unconstitutional crap. Shall not be infringed. How the hell can you misinterpret such a simple phrase? Oh, yeah, you can't. You just simply ignore it. You get a bunch of crooks in robes to say that it's okay to do things unconstitutional, and guess what you get? Hey, at least we got the Supreme Court. That's big. Always remember that. Yep. So, yeah. California is already completely blue, apparently. Neat. That's super neat. All right. Oh, she's really neat. I don't live in her district, but she's a very nice lady. Her butler. I hope she'll probably win again tonight, but she's a very, very super lady. Big believer in the Constitution. Yep, not much there. Nothing out of California yet, as far as the House, anyway. Plain says, even if you use a pellet gun, that will at least irritate the shit out of the bad guys. Just ask Jesus Campos. Yeah, but I kind of require something with a little bit more oomph than that. Look at this big red streak. maybe this is where we'll look to retire. All right, nothing changed. So they've lost 17 seats, and no, nothing changed there. They're starting to get some counts in for over here. I don't expect it'll take very long for these blue states to just say they got blue. Plain says got to start somewhere. Oy. All right, that's depressing. Yep, Feinstein won with only 4% of the vote counted. That's cool. California is a super place. Yeah, I think I would love to see Hutchison win it. Definitely, that's who I voted for, but I don't know. I just don't see it happening. It would be nice, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right. Where else we got? Let's look at the House. Ooh, lost 18 seats now. Just keep racking up the wins. Look at the. So what's going on over here? Okay, so Hurd's ahead. Now they got 72% of the votes counted. Hurd's still got a good solid 8% lead. So that's good. Florida. Ugh. Really? Really, New Mexico? Okay. 27% of the vote in Montana has Williams ahead, but that's way too early to say anything definitively. Anything new from friends at Breaking yet? Again, look at the poll here. Which way did you vote? 81% GOP, 19. You know, I'm really starting to wonder, Mondo, about that voter fraud thing you pointed out. Isn't it a little strange that people vote straight for Republican senators, but they go straight blue when it comes to Congress? Doesn't that seem a little weird to anybody else? It's a little weird to me. All right. So, yeah, lost 18 seats. Okay, that's wonderful. Whoa, we got some stuff here. Yeah, Cantwell's out to an early lead in Washington State over Hutchison. Like I said, I think Cantwell will take it, even though I'd love to see Hutchison, but I just don't think it's in the cards. A 5%. Feinstein won. Okay. Arizona, 56% counted. McSally is ahead by 1%. Very close race there right now. Mondo said, I heard Doug Ducey is predicted to win Arizona and Martha McSally is winning the Senate race. That's great. Yeah, Martha McSally is winning. Plain says, let's hope the U.S. doesn't become the new Mexico. Oh, and by the way, I am Mexican. We did it the right way, so can they? Yeah, exactly. And Mondo said, yeah, talking about, yeah, I don't buy that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. People that vote red or vote blue typically are consistent. They vote red or they vote blue. They don't vote, well, I'd really like the Senate to be in GOP hands. However, DNC would be great if the House would be in their hands. That's not how people vote. So I mean, I suspect voter fraud always. I mean, it doesn't mean doesn't mean, oh, I can't say how much, but I'm sure it happened. I mean, I know it does. There's videos from Veritas that are verifying it. It's not like I don't have any evidence of it. It's pretty well known. I'm checking on another device here. Seeing what stuff I could spot, if anything else. Nah, nothing big there. Oh, what do we got here? Breaking. Republican Josh Hawley projected to defeat Democrat Senator Clara McCaskill in Missouri. That's sweet. Oh wait, no, wrong one. That's cool. All right, let's check back to governor. Lost 3 seats: Michigan, Illinois, and Kansas. Jeez, guys. Well, enjoy. I suggest you start looking at California's economy and brace yourself. Unbelievable. All right, let's check out the Senate race. 17%. Cantwell's ahead by 2%. Wait, hopefully they did King County first. I doubt it, though. They usually save that little gut punch for the last district to count. House. Still lost 17 seats. I suspect Butler will win down there. Lewis County. Ugh. Yeah, over on the Washington or Eastern Washington, you tend to get a lot more conservative folk. McMorris Rogers pulled out to a pretty good lead there. Still way, way, way too early. Unless you live in California, apparently. So GOP picked up this seat. Stopper beat Radinovich. And here, this was another pickup. Right slider beat Borio. Very tip of Florida is a pickup win. So Powell beat Cribello. Man, Florida. Oof. And Mondo's happy. Red Missouri. Plain says, can anyone explain why they'd want the House to be in Dem control? I can't. Oh, goody. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I figured that. Look at that, 0%. Yeah, we already know, though. It's weird to me. Ooh. So Oregon picked up, well, that's not a pickup. It's the incumbent staying GOP. And over here is blue. Oregon's a lot like Washington. The eastern side's red, western side's blue. And where are we at here? And in Washington District 10, Heck is ahead of Brumbles. Not much counted, though. Herrera Butler still ahead. That's way too close to call. Oh, here's another pickup for the Dems. Davids beat Yoder in Kansas District 3. Republicans lost 18 seats. House projection, den control, gang control. So might as well stop checking unless you're interested in your own district, because it's going to be Nancy Pelosi with her gavel. Yeah. plane says there must be something in the water, Pacific and Atlantic. Something. Yeah, I live over on the blue side here too. It's a little slice of hell sometimes, let me tell you. I love wearing my NRA hat when I'm driving around, getting nasty looks like somebody's going to do something to me. I find it amusing. Oh, lost 19 seats. Wow. It just gets better by the second. Breaking says President Trump hails tonight's election results as tremendous success. Huh. Does he now? Not sure how, but okay. I mean, we're dead. Republicans are down governorships and down the House. Keep the Senate, keep the executive branch, obviously, or at least the parts of it that Trump can actually control. Um, the Supreme Court's pretty well read. Could be better, and hopefully it will be. We'll see. But I think you can pretty well call it that, yeah, it's going to be Pelosi and the gavel. Won't that be fun? So yeah, I think I'll start focusing on law enforcement videos or something. I can't take reporting on that psycho anymore. That delusional creature is just too much for me. Yeah, it's really nothing. Yeah, straight blue down there. Mm-hmm. No, close that thing. Quiet. All right. Looking at my own state here. Yeah, it looks like they're already saying Cantwell's going to beat Hutchison. It's too bad. I was kind of hoping for a upset, but guess it just ain't in the cards. Oh well. They don't have the initiatives on here. So they'd have like all the stuff the states voted for. Huh. All right. Any state anybody want me to look at? Plane's gonna steal my little slice of hell. Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. Uh, California. Ugh. The lady has a Chinese spy working for her for how many years? How many lives could this woman's idiotic hiring practices cost? And what do the people, the Dems of California do? Or the dead people of California do? They vote for Feinstein. Amazing. There truly is only one justice system in the United States. The problem is there's two different kinds of people. Those the law applies to and those that don't. And if you're a politician or a popular politician or what you would say a useful politician, the rule of law doesn't apply to you. Look at this. Ugh. Well, California, I wish I had better news for you, but it's it is what it is. Look at all the districts, huh? Man, they got all kinds of crap on California. All right. Go Senate. Oh, wait, I gotta close this. There we go. Arizona and Alaska. Let's do Alaska. I don't think their polls closed yet. Yeah, their polls haven't closed yet. We're not going to get anything out of them yet. What was the other one? Let's do Arizona. Oh, I don't want to hear your crap. Oof. So McSally's got a 1% lead, with 56% of the vote counted. U.S. House results. Looks like they called Kirkpatrick, and I'm not even going to try to say that. Gosar, whatever. Looks like a winner. Biggs won. Gallego won. Ducey. Looks like 56% of the vote, and he's got a massive lead. So I feel pretty. Yeah, they already called it anyway. So Ducey wins the governorship of Arizona. That's good. Yeah, see, there's a little pickle in this shit sandwich for us. There's a pickle in there. So yeah, we lost the House. Yeah, you get Nancy Pelosi, but Ducey will be governor. That's the pickle in there. So that's just wonderful. California, yeah, there's like 1,000 districts in that damn state. Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to live in California. God knows why. Look at that. Look at that. Ugh. No, thank you. Feinstein. Not exactly a beating now, is it? 9% of the expected vote. They've only called one. They've only called this one race, Thompson over Mills. Jesus. Ugh. No, Mondo, I don't think anything's going to come out of uh sorry, I read I don't think anything's going to come out about Alaska. Let me hold on a sec. Let me check when the poll closes. When the polls actually close. So in Alaska, they close at 1 a.m. Eastern, which is what? So that wouldn't be till like 10 Pacific time. Or wait, let's see, 1 a.m. Eastern time. I might be off here. So 1 a.m. Eastern time, whatever that is. I'm too freaking tired, man. Sorry. Yeah, the shit sandwich. Now, I did steal the shit sandwich phrase from Full Metal Jacket in the interest of transparency, but adding the pickle in there, that was me. I did that. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything out of Alaska. Not, at least I'll be asleep by the time anything comes out of that one. The best we can hope for is these states here at this point. Let's look at the Senate. Fuck. Yeah, can't well. Shit. Kind of hoping. Hoping against hope. Okay, so not much there. Lost 19 seats. Ugh. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Well, there is some hope for Texas, but you can definitely tell where the demographic shift is going. This probably has a lot to do with this line right here. It goes around there. All right. So 19 seats. Yeah. There's really not much more to say unless you're interested in individual results in your own state. But it looks pretty clear cut, like it's going to be it is. It's the House definitely going to the Dems. Yeah, there's Herrera Butler. She just kicked in 52%. I think she'll pull it off again. She's one of the few politicians I actually kind of know. So, Kansas District 2, still too close to count at this point. So they're holding off. Oh, lost 20 seats. All right. Yep. You know it'll be fun though. It's like, Pelosi's gonna have to give more press conferences whole and which means she'll say stupid things like she always does. So that'll be kind of fun. I mean, I don't know. There's that. I try to leave you with a positive message. Okay, at least it'll be fun watching this idiot try to talk like she's intelligent. That'll be fun. And then on top of that, really not much is going to get done in the Senate and the House. I mean, they're going to have a hard time passing any new taxes or doing anything. It's just going to be gridlock. So I don't know. I could see some benefit to it. I'm trying to be positive. I don't know why President Trump called it a massive success, but okay. Let's see here. Ted Cruz speaks after defeating Democrat challenger Beto O'Rourke. This was an election about hope and about the future, and the people of Texas rendered a verdict, and we want a future with more jobs and more security and more freedom. Andrew Gillum concedes Florida governor's race. I sincerely regret that I couldn't bring it home for you, but I guarantee you this, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to fight. Oh, gee. Good for you. Breaking, Alabama voters have decided to add language to the state's 1901 Constitution, saying the state recognizes the rights of unborn children. Ooh, that's interesting. I can see a Supreme Court case coming soon. Oh, yeah, Mondo says that. Oh, you heading out, Mondo? All right, man. I hear you, brother. I gotta go soon, too. You take it easy. So, I was just kind of, yeah, I think I'm about ready to call it. So, lost 21 seats now in the House. So, yeah, it's pretty much a thumping, a shellacking, a beating. And as far as the House goes, you can pretty much count that out. So, yep, gavel Pelosi. Won't that be fun? And the Senate, still Republicans gained 2 seats there. Nothing news being reported. No surprises, really, except for Indiana and North Dakota. Governor race. Republicans have lost 3 seats. Florida's red, at least. They've lost Michigan, Illinois, and Kansas. So, yeah, I'm a little surprised that President Trump says this was a massive success, because I kind of don't see it that way. Ay, ay, ay. Well, so where do we go from here? So let's look at it positively. You're gonna have a lot of gridlock. Not much is gonna get done. They're gonna be busy fighting cats and dogs. Maybe some people are gonna have to walk across the aisle. We'll see. We all know the Democrat Republican racket is exactly that, a racket. It's just a matter of one side can get away with overtly taking away our freedoms, and the other one can't. So I don't know. I could kind of see some value to them sitting there and gridlocking each other and canceling each other out. So this is not the end of the world. And I don't know. I'll tell you honestly, though, I don't see a good future for the United States. I go back to what I told you I heard off of Michael Savage's show today, where he said the demographic shift in the United States is going to lead us towards socialism, and it's inevitable. And I can't disagree with him. I can't. And so while this election, I can see a positive spin on it, that it's going to cause a considerable amount of gridlock, and it's going to make it a lot harder for any politicians to force anything down our throats. It also brings us just a little bit closer to socialism. And the the problem is if people don't realize that yet they don't understand history and they don't understand what communism truly is or socialism. They don't understand the principles and the theories laid out in Das Kapital or the Communist Manifesto. They're really not qualified to know what the fuck they're talking about, but they're going to talk anyway and they're going to vote. And so I do agree with Michael Savage. I do think that more than likely the United States is going to lean that way. And I hate to say that, um, but like I said, I'm just looking for a place to retire to and be away from everything. And I think I've got this handy dandy little guide here to help me. So I'll wait till it's all filled out and me and my wife will look at it and we'll try to figure out where I'm going to go to. A wooded area where I could buy a lot of acreage and be left the fuck alone. That's going to be my my goal. But this election's not the end of the world. But we do have a dangerous shift coming in this country where we have a lot of uneducated, unenlightened people who are apparently, becoming voting age and they don't really understand what they're voting for. And also, Mondo pointed this out earlier, and this is a great point. How is it that in one state, everybody will vote, the majority will go for the Republican senator, but it goes completely blue for the congressional, for the Democrats? That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. And I think that could be indicative of some kind of fraud. I'm sure that'll never get proven and nobody will investigate it. Nobody will care because the government doesn't ever fix itself. So that's not going to happen. But wait until you see what kind of investigations they dream up with out of the Congress. Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. I'm not going to follow it. I'm going to move on to other stuff. But oh boy, it's going to be entertaining. So I wish I could leave you all with a little bit better news, but look at it this way. Oh, lost 21 seats. Okay. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's because every time I look at it, it gets worse. Maybe it's all me. All right, let's do one more from breaking. Proposal 1 passes Michigan, legalizing recreational marijuana. Yeah, well, whoopee. It's been that way, Washington State forever. And, we haven't had any major problems. So I think the majority of Americans want it legalized recreationally and medically. So might as well just do it. So I guess Michigan's going to join the recreational weed state stuff, which we've got here in Washington and Colorado has and California. It's pretty much everywhere. All right, Plane. Thanks a lot, brother. You take it easy. And all of you that came in and watched this election coverage with me, I appreciate it. Hope it wasn't too boring for you. I wish I could give you some better results, but they is what they is, and I'm not the fake media, so I got to show you what it is. So, we lost, the Republicans lost the House, but continued to gain control of the Senate. Lost some governorships. That's, it is what it is. But I could see value in gridlock. So it's not the end of the world. You all take it easy, and I'll be back. I'll be back doing videos here shortly. I got some good ideas for some new ones for you. So keep watching this channel. Keep watching my other ones. New stuff coming. All right. Good night, y'all. God bless.